And we're back with KMMA. I'm Andio.
And I'm Khalil Deal.
And this is going to be the main card of UFC 326, the uh, the preview and prediction show. So we're going to be starting off with the opener between Gregory Rodriguez and Bruno Ferreira. Then it's Drew Dober against Michael Johnson, followed by Rob Font against Raul Rosas Jr. Then it's Cal Baralho against Renier de Ritter. And in the main event for the BMF title, it's going to be Max Holloway against Charles Oliveira. So the real deal, a RoboCop against Bruno Ferreira 2.
And
Who
BMF stands for Bad Motherfucker Title. Just wanted to put that in there.
I hope you didn't. I hope you didn't say that too quickly for the YouTube people. But yeah,
Don't worry about it, man. We're good. All right, so Gregory Rodriguez against Bruno Ferreira. Yeah, man, this is a tough one, man. I like both of these guys. I really like both of these fighters too. I'm a big fan of Bruno Ferreira. He's very awesome to watch. And RoboCop as well, awesome to watch as well. RoboCop is very explosive. He likes to pressure forward. He's got aggressive striking. He likes to throw hands. He looks for early finishes. He is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but he often relies on his heavy striking and his intense pace to finish fights. He likes to use a capoeira-based movement. He likes to close the distance, often forcing opponents against the cage. That's where he engages in high-octane exchanges. Despite his grappling background, he likes to look for knockouts, relying on power punches to finish opponents. He is highly decorated in BJJ black belt and a former 8-time national champion as well in jiu-jitsu. Now, Bruno, the Hulk Ferreira, this guy's also very aggressive striking and dangerous grappling. He's also a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's got powerful knockouts as well. He's not as technical and as good of a striker as RoboCop, but on the ground, he definitely makes up for it with his submission victories. He's got powerful punches and kicks, and he's gotten numerous knockout wins as well. He's also got a really good spinning back elbow, and he's dangerous on the ground as well. So it's a tough one between these two. This is the second time they're going to fight. In the first one, Bruno Ferreira actually knocked out RoboCop back in 2023, I believe it was. It was unfortunate there in that one for RoboCop. He got the loss to Bruno Ferreira with a left counter left. I don't think it's going to be the same thing this time around, though. I think Gregory Rodriguez is going to come for revenge in this one, man. And I'm going to go with RoboCop, man. But look, come betting time, though, a sprinkle on Bruno Ferreira by knockout or submission isn't a bad idea. But I'm definitely picking RoboCop to come back and get the win here. And I say he wins by knockout or submission. The only time Bruno Ferreira has lost, he has been finished by knockout or submission. Give me knockout or submission for Gregory Rodriguez. RoboCop, baby. Who you got, Andio, in this one?
Yeah, that's why I see this fight being a potential fire fight. We're gonna probably see a finish in this fight. I think Rodriguez is gonna want to keep it on the feet more and just try to blow him away with those power shots. Get him up against the cage, though. I think if he can get Bruno Ferreira up against the cage, he can do real good work there. But both these guys are dangerous, and they both kind of gas out too. But I think Bruno Ferreira maybe a little more until it gets later, because the only time I remember Rodriguez gassed that much was in the first round of his 5-round fight against Jared Cannonier in the main event, which was very surreal to see, kind of. But other than that, for 3-round fights, he's pretty all right in that respect, and I think he will come out looking for that knockout against Bruno Ferreira. I think he'll get it. So give me Rodriguez by knockout or sub.
Yeah, also needed to mention he's got a 4-inch height advantage and a 3-inch reach advantage, RoboCop, man. So hopefully he uses it this time. All
Yeah,
right.
never the bigger or taller guy in there, Ferreira, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was some talk of him moving in weight, I think, eh? I guess he never did.
Yeah, man. So me and Andy O in agreement with the first fight of the main card. Let's get to the next fight here. We got the Battle of the Unks, Drew Dober against Michael Johnson. Who you got here, Andy O, for this one?
Here, this is a very difficult fight to predict because, well, Michael Johnson's involved, and Drew Dober, you can't really have that much confidence in his indestructible chin the way he used to have because he's been knocked out two times lately in his losses. Three times if you count that doctor's stoppage against Gene Silva, but he was pretty cut up in the face, so that's kind of, kind of a knockout too. Michael, and with Michael Johnson, I think he's the superior boxer. If he can get into the pocket, I think he's the faster fighter. And I think he has nine lives as a fighter that Drew Dober just doesn't. Because Drew Dober, I think he's kind of on the decline. He snapped his three-fight winning streak against real low-level UFC fighter in Kyle Perpolik there. But I think Michael Johnson, man, the Yankees, he can still get
He was
done.
on a 3-fight losing streak, and then he beat Cal Propolic. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, well, obviously, well, he's been losing tons. Yeah. So Michael Johnson, I think he still has, still going to keep his run going here, and with not much confidence, I am going to be going with Michael Johnson by decision or knockout.
Yeah, man. These two unks here, man. This is a 1-900 gambler fucking fight here, right here. This is really 50-50. Pick your poison here. Drew Dober, very aggressive technical style. He's known for his Muay Thai training. He's got good ground fighting and striking. He involves high risk maneuvers and educated pressure, which allows him to adapt quickly to his opponent's positions. He's got a good ability to transition between striking and grappling, but he doesn't really grapple much, Drew Dober. He likes to keep the fight standing. He likes to make it a hellacious boxing match. He's got a lot of wide lefts to the body, straight shots to the solar plexus, 1-2s to set up his entries. Michael Johnson's fighting style, he blends the wrestling with fast, slick striking, quick hands, good footwork, stance switching off in southpaw. He's got effective body attacks and kicks. We saw him do that against Daniel Zellhuber. He has really good setup combinations. He overwhelms his opponents with his speed. He works the body and the head. He uses feints and movement to create openings, land powerful counters. And, he's a collegiate wrestler. He uses takedowns and control. Even though he often prefers to strike, the guy can wrestle and grapple when it's necessary. Especially he's got good ground and pound. He excels at countering his opponents, blistering combinations. And, this is one of the guys who people forget. He beat Dustin Poirier, and, I got to go with Michael Johnson in this one, man. He's going to have the 2-inch height advantage. He's going to have the 3.5-inch reach advantage. And he's just been winning lately, man. He's got this resurgence about him. Getting 3 wins in a row, which is awesome, against Darius Flowers, against Otman Izaitar, which he knocked him out, and against Daniel Zellhuber, who nobody thought he would beat. And, Drew Dober was just on a losing streak until, like you said, until he beat Kel Propolic, who's, not that great, the Canadian guy who was 18-9. So give me Michael Johnson to get the win here by knockout. Or decision. I think this fight's going to be a banger, and I think Michael Johnson's going to get his 4th win in a row. All right, so
Yeah, Michael Johnson beat Dustin Poirier, but he's also lost to several guys you wouldn't believe.
yeah, I know. I mean, he does. The chin worries me about him too, so he's got to be careful there. Drew Dober does have knockout power, So yeah, but ever so slightly, I'm also going Michael Johnson here. Let's go for the brothers. All right, Michael Johnson, me and Andy O agreeing. Let's move on up to the next fight. We got Rob Font against Chiwiwi Raul Rosas Jr. who loves to say that at the end of his fights, a chew wee wee. So for this one here, uh, I'm going for Raul Rosas Jr. I got to go for Raul Rosas Jr., man. I mean, the guy has just been really, really good. You know, his grappling, his submission techniques are awesome. He's only 20 years old, this guy here, but he's actually 21 years old. But he's really, really good with his submissions, grappling skills. He's a submission specialist. He's got a high level Brazilian jiu-jitsu, good top control, and he's developed rapidly his boxing. So he's got decent boxing as well. He looks for early finishes, high level submissions. He's got a relentless pressure to overwhelm his opponents. He's very, very good at takedowns. And, he integrates Mexican boxing a bit, and he's improved his striking recently. Rob Font, he's very impressive with his boxing and striking skills, his intelligent setups. He uses a mix of jabs, hooks, and uppercuts. He follows his jabs with powerful right hand strikes. He likes to control his distance and disrupt opponents' rhythms. He's particularly known for his body shots, which inflict damage and saps the energy of his opponents. He's got good leg kicks as well. But I don't think Rob Font gets the job done here. He's getting up there in age at 38 years old. And Rob Font hasn't been looking good. He lost his last fight to David Martinez by unanimous decision. He did beat Gene Matsumoto by split and Kyler Phillips. But, he was losing also to Davison Figueiredo and Corey Sandhagen. So give me Raul Rosas Jr. to take him down in this fight. Keep him on the ground. Rob Font has some problems sometimes on his back. And I think Raul Rosas Jr. is just going to hold top position for a long time, use that ground and pound, and eventually find the sub. Give me Raul Rosas Jr. by submission or decision. Rob Font's a tough motherfucker, never been knocked out. But yeah, I like Raul Rosas by submission or decision in this one.
Yeah, it all begins and ends with the jab for Rob Font. It connects things. If he can get that going, he's very capable of winning most fights. But I think Raul Rosas Jr. here is he's really filling into his weight. He's pretty strong, and I think he's going to be able to latch on Rob Font more than he'd like to more than Rob Font were like in this fight. Going to make it hard for Rob Font to get up over and over again. And Rob Font should try more front kicks and body shots to prevent Raul Rosas from doing that. But again, it all starts with the jab, and I'm just going to say he doesn't get it working the way he'd like to. So give me Raul Rosas by a sub or decision also. No, decision or sub.
All right, so we are in agreement with Raul Rosas Jr. in this one. Let's move on up to the next fight.
But I have made a lot of money with Rob Font as a big dog.
I know. I agree, man. So the next fight, we got Caio Baralho against Renier de Ridder.
Okay, this fight and the odds are pretty wide in favor of Caio Baralho, and that mainly has to do with Renier de Ridder gassing himself out, due to poor preparation and just taking way too many high-level fights in a very short amount of time. This fight should be a lot closer than that. I'm looking for some nice grappling going on with this fight, and I'm going to go with Renier de Ridder to have worked that problem out and to be in tip-top shape again, as if that didn't happen and the odds weren't what they are. And I expect him to get some good push kicks going, the way he can with good takedown, cling combinations. Try to get this guy down with as little energy as possible, and maybe go for a few more judo flips if you can. Because Caio Baralho, he gets into those positions also. But Caio Baralho, very good on the mat also. It was Brendan Allen that beat de Ridder, right? The last time out, I think.
Yeah, Brendan Allen knocked him out.
That was it. Like, I knew that was possible. I didn't think it would happen. But Caio Baralho, while they were both wearing a gi in the grappling match I saw between Allen and Barao, it's Barao all day. It shows you how good Barao is of a grappler. But I think Renier de Ridder has the tricks up his sleeve to get the job done in this one. I'm going with de Ridder by decision or sub.
Listen, Renier de Ritter's, I mean, he's good, man. He's got that judo and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. His early training in judo is what laid the foundation for his good grappling skills. And he does have a black belt in BJJ as well. So he has good submissions as well. He's got good grappling, good submissions. Um, he's aggressive. His clinch game is good. He uses his strength to his advantage against some opponents.
Oh, sorry, sorry. I just wanted to say a push-in knee. If I said push-in kick, I meant those nice push-in knees like he used to finish off Bo Nickel with.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah, yeah. He
Yeah.
does have a good knees as well, and a good clinch game as well. He likes to likes to be in the dominant position and secure victories on top. Um, his transitions between standing and grappling is really seamless. But Kyle Barao, this guy is really, really good, man. This guy is a very technical, fundamental fighter. He's got an analytical approach in his fights. He fights with the fighting nerds, and he's got very good grappling and very good striking. He's also a black belt in the BJJ, but his striking is also very good. I think he's the better striker out of the two between Renier de Ritter and Kyle Barrio. I think he's a better striker. On the ground, he can hang with Renier de Ritter on the ground. Very good at scrambling, very good at reversals and using wizards and stuff like that. Renier de Ritter is a good submission specialist, though. It's going to be a very good fight, an interesting fight. But Renier de Ritter, he has a problem gassing out. And we saw that in the fight against Brandon Allen, where he gassed out, and kind of blew his load early in that fight. And I think that Caio Barral has got better endurance and stamina than Renier de Ritter. Renier de Ritter's been known to be a quitter as well. I don't know, man. I'm going to go with Caio Barrio in this one, man. I think he
Well, you
gets.
can call it a quitter. Who has he known to be a quitter by?
I mean, he kind of quit in that fight against Brendan Allen, man. Like he looked like he
You
gave
could
up
say
in that fight.
losing all your energy is quitting, but not in the way like you didn't give up. If your body can't go, you can't go,
Well,
you
that's
know?
it. He couldn't go, and also against Robert Whitaker. He won that split decision, but I thought Robert Whitaker won that fight, man. He outvolumed him, outpunched him, and stuff like that.
Nah,
Of course, Renier de Ritter got him on the ground a lot, and Robert Whitaker's not really got a good ground game like Kyle Barrio. He's not going to be able to take down Kyle Barrio easily, and might even get reversed in some of the takedowns. So that's why I like Kyle Barrio here to win by knockout or decision. So, yeah, me and Andy O disagreeing on this one. If you guys haven't already, go watch the prelims. Me and Andy O disagreed on two fights there. So this is our first disagreement in this main card here. All right, so let's move on up to the next fight here. We got uh, this is the main event. We're here. We're at it, man. Max Holloway against
no.
Charles Oliveira. We're here, man. So yeah, for this one here, man. This is going to be an awesome fight, man. This card is really looking good. Max Holloway, man, the BMF title holder right now. You guys remember that fight? How he got the title, man, was absolutely amazing. Against Dustin Poirier, he won that unanimous decision, but he did knock out Justin Gaethje in that fight with an overhand right. It was awesome. Um,
Yeah.
so I like Max Holloway a lot, man. This guy's got relentless pressure, elite cardio, high output boxing. He's got a volume based style. Likes to throw a lot of strikes, punches, knees, kicks. Excellent at cutting the cage, breaks opponents down. He's famous for throwing a high number of significant strikes. Um, He's well rounded. He also has a brown belt in BJJ. He doesn't really use it much, but this guy, if the fight gets to the ground, he can get up very easily. He's good at getting back up to his feet, and he can also wrestle if he has to. He's got BJJ. He's an elite boxer, and I think that his rapid fire combinations is gonna touch Charles Oliveira, man. Oliveira, he's been known to be a little slow out there now lately. Even though he's very good at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, his ground game is really good. He's got very good aggressive submission techniques. He's known for more of being a grappler, Charles Oliveira. He's not the greatest striker. So I think that if he doesn't get Max Holloway to the ground, he's going to have some problems, man, because his style of fighting is more to create openings for submissions, and use his ground fighting. So yeah, I think he's going to have a hard time with the striking against Max Holloway. I think Max Holloway is just going to piece him up on the feet, touch him up with those jabs and kicks and punches, and frustrate Charles Oliveira to have a hard time getting close to him to try to get him down. Give me Max Holloway, man. I think Max Holloway wins this one by knockout or decision.
Yeah, something's telling me that Charles is going to win this fight. I don't know why, but something's telling me that. Charles Oliveira, yeah, he's going to have to contend with volume, but man, some shots are going to get in there for Oliveira. Charles knows how to play some good shots. He's not afraid of getting in there, and Max Holloway gets hit like 5 times a minute, I think, on average. So that's pretty high. Also, yeah, you got to definitely give the advantage to a sub. Charles knows what he's doing in the clinch and in on the ground if it gets there. I think it is going to be a very close fight. I think Charles has a couple of great performances left in him. I think he's going to want this BMF belt here, and just beating up on washed Poirier isn't the greatest title defense like in his last fight, especially since Poirier didn't even want to go at the end of that fight, right? He had enough. So I think Charles Oliveira always wants to go no matter what, so he's not going to have the same mentality in this one. So I'm going to go with Charles Oliveira to get the job done by submission or knockout. Knockout.
Yeah,
I
you
know
know what,
it's gonna happen
man?
often, but Max Holloway has been knocked out recently, so it has happened.
I will say this though, Charles Oliveira will be on the dog list when I do my bets. I think that Charles Oliveira is a good dog. Right now he's kind of going down though. I think he was at 3 times your money at one point. He's now at 2.85. But yeah, maybe even Charles Oliveira by finish might be an interesting sprinkle there. So there you have it, folks. Our early predictions and breakdowns for the main card. And yeah, like and subscribe. KAMMA, baby. Let's get it this week. Let's bounce back. Peace out, folks.
I don't have to bounce that high back. It was all right. We're all right.
Yeah, we did good last week. That's true. But in the betting, let's bounce back. Peace out.